Well, here we are now. We're into past the high school years. I want to talk a little bit about high school because I did enjoy high school, but I was really forced to go out and do some work to sort of support the family. Dad had a lot of illness problems, and I wasn't able to get really as involved as I would have liked to with the sport area, and I didn't do that well with academics.
Well, where did you go to high school?
I went to Hawthorne High School, and
What year did you graduate from there?
I graduated in 1955.
And is that when you went into the military after that?
I went right after that. Mom said to me, I should probably take a mortgage and let you go to college, and I said, that's not a good idea because I really don't know what I want to do. Let me go into service. When I come out, maybe I'll figure out where I want to be, and I can go to college on my own. And that's what I did.
Did you serve overseas?
Yes, I served in the Philippines for 2 years. I went into Fort Dix basic training and passed some tests that put me into Fort Devens in cryptography and Morse intercept, which was quite a job. It was a 6-month program up there that I learned.
What is cryptography?
Cryptography is you break down the enemy's secret pass messages. That's how you learn what they're doing. So you break that down and you're able to find out what their thoughts are. So that all usually came hand in hand with Morse intercept. And when I graduated from Fort Devens, I was one of 40 in the class, and I was number 3 in the class, so I got to select where I went. And I missed Hawaii. There was one Hawaii and one in Germany. They were the 2 top ones, and then there was two or three in the Philippines. And actually, the three of us from that class went to the Philippines, and we're in this picture.
Did you like the Philippines?
Yeah, I did. It was a nice service there. We had swimming pools, and we had people take care of all of our clothing needs and shine our shoes. It was pretty nice duty. And of course, now Clark Field has been turned back over to the Filipino people, and I don't know what they're doing with it. But at the time, it was a big base. There was 350 of us soldiers on the base, and there was about 10,000 airmen. But we had a nice time there.
Well, before you went into the military, do you have any special memories of your childhood summers before military service?
Not a whole lot of special memories. Spent time at the pool, down in the Hawthorne Pool. Spent time working.
Where did you work?
I worked in a number of places. I worked for Jim and Joe's butcher shop when I was a young teenager. I delivered groceries to people that needed delivery. Then I moved over to the Grand Union when that was built. Did some work there, and then ended up working up in Bob's Esto Station. And that's where I first saw Barbara walking down the street. And I said to Mac, who I worked with, I said, I don't know that girl, but someday I'm going out with her and I'll probably marry her.
Was this before you went into the Army?
Yes. This was probably 6 years before I even met Barbara. I just saw her walking down the street.
Did you know her name at the time?
No.
But you knew it was her?
Yeah. I knew.
Well, we knew each other from the town.
And that was it.
Well, before you went into the service, did you have any special cars that you liked that were particularly special to you?
Yeah, I had, when I was a senior in high school, I had $300 and I bought a 1948 Buick Roadmaster convertible. It was a white convertible with red leather seats. And $300 in those days got you a really nice car. So this was the end of 1954, beginning of 1955 that I bought that. And when I went into service, I sold it for $300 to Charlie Quenneville.
And what else did you give to Charlie Quenneville with that car?
I gave him my girlfriend at that time, which is Arlene.
Arlene who?
Arlene Janae. And they ended up getting married, which was really great.
And did you have any special holiday memories? What did your family do for the holidays? Did you have anything
Well, in the
special that you did?
holidays, we always did celebration of the holidays. July 4th was always a big holiday by us because they had the fireworks down in the park, and we just like to go down there and celebrate that. Just walk down to the park. July 4th was big. Easter and Christmas were always big. Easter was a time when we all got our new clothes for the year. New shoes, new pants, new shirt. We all dressed up for Easter. That seemed to be the way it was back then. And of course, Christmas was decorate the tree on Christmas Eve and open your presents after Santa Claus came on Christmas morning. That's the way that was in our family. So we enjoyed that. And then there was always Thanksgiving, which is probably one of my favorite holidays because I just like having the family all together and being thankful for what the Lord has done for us.
Who came over for Thanksgiving holidays?
Usually not. Usually there was nobody coming over. We just had a family type of thing. When Uncle Carl and Aunt Ida married, they were included in our family. But that was basically it. So,
did you have any special cousin that you remember that you were especially friendly with or fond of?
Just Judy. Judy was, she lived in Hawthorne. That was Uncle Carl and Aunt Ida's daughter. Mm-hmm. Judy was always sort of special to us. She was in our age group and she used to hang out with us and we just had an enjoyable time with her. But that's probably pretty much it. This was in the Philippines, and that's a barong Tagalog shirt. That was what you wore in the Philippines when you were dressing up. You didn't wear a suit and tie. You wore that. And the fellow with me is Dick Croxall. He's out of Iowa. He was one of my best friends. We went to school in Fort Devens together, and we spent a lot of time in the Philippines together. And this is one of the areas that I first got involved with the Catholic Church because there was on base a pastor, but he never seemed to be very available. And in town, the Philippines was very Catholic. There was always a Catholic priest around, and we had some issues once in a while, and we'd go see him and talk to him. And this is where I probably first got my first taste of Catholicism. So he was available, and he would talk with us and pray with us, and that was just a very important time of our life over there.